I have a confession to make. Creature lands are my favorite thing to do in Magic. Decks that kill lots of creatures and interact with the opponent a bunch, and then, like, eventually kill them with creature lands are one of my favorite things to be doing. And someone in chat sent me this deck list knowing that, chat. So we've got 8 creature lands here. And then one thing that I'm not sure about is that this is playing Gigan, the Cyberclaw Gyruda, as a companion. So I'm not sure if Gigan is worth giving up Bloodchief's Thirst and Soul, whatever it's called, to play Gyruda. This might be too cute, but they're not. Those are the 2 main cards we're giving up. Not playing those. So we've got 2s, we've got 4s, we've got a 6, and we've got an 8. We've got Extinction Event, Blood on the Snow, and 4 Ugins. What does Draugr Necromancer do? You may cast spells. If a non-token creature opponent controls die, exile that card with an ice counter. You may cast spells in exile your opponent owns with ice counters on them. You spend mana from snow sources, though, whereas mana of any color. So, can I still cast things with ice counters after Necromancer dies? Or does Necromancer need to be in play for me to be able to cast them? Anybody know? It needs to be in play. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure that this card is good either. I like the mono black control idea. I don't know that I'm sold on Gigan. I don't know that I'm sold on Necromancer. People asking about the red. We've got Valki here in the 2 slot, and Vaki's backside needs a red mana. It doesn't have to be the same Necro, sure. So if you have this in play and you Blood on the Snow, you exile your opponent's board and then bring your Draugr Necromancer back and then can cast them. Yeah, that's true. Its stat line isn't strictly embarrassing. That's true. Why are there crippling fears in this sideboard? Oh god. Okay, let me finish cleaning up the sideboard here. Heartless, to start, Heartless Act is a premium removal spell in this format. Play more of it. Oh, you know what they're not playing? This deck doesn't have a ton of ways. This deck doesn't have a ton of ways to interact with Planeswalkers, does it? Yeah, we can't play Soul Shatter because of Gigan. I feel like I'm in for some Eat to Extinction, though. Are we in for this card? This card seems great. Exiling things seems good. I think this is too many win conditions. I'm gonna go down to 2 Necromancer. I'll put 2 of those in the board. What else do I want in the sideboard? Give me 2 more cards. Shout random cards at me. What are even costed black or colorless cards? Yeah, I mean, I've got 8, 12 win conditions here. This is a win condition, technically. Random bullshit, go! Nightmare Shepherd is the lazy head. It's right in front of you. Ooh, this card could actually be okay in this deck. This technically ramps us to Ugin. I'm gonna put 2 of these in the sideboard. I don't know when exactly we're going to board them in, but I feel like I want to play with this card at some point. This actually seems good against small aggro, right? It like blocks okay and it technically ramps you. I think I'm into that. All right, let's play some games. We've been poking around in the deck editor for 4 minutes. Let's play some games. So, first question I want to ask myself is Gyruda worth it? And then if Gyruda's not, I want to ask myself the question, how do I restructure our spells a little bit to get Bloodchiefs and Soul Shatters in here? I want to just draw with Mazemind Tome here. I'm going to stop on my upkeep, because if we don't draw a land, we'll scry at upkeep. But I think I want to generate some card advantage. Slacker! Thanks for the 32 months. Welcome back. Ender, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. This morning, whatever time of day it is, afternoon somewhere. Pretend you're in the UK. Quasi Fuji, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Good morning, good morning. As someone in the UK, can I pretend I'm somewhere else? Yikes. Buying a meta deck on Magic Arena tends to cost somewhere... Oh, no, it's tapped. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, I'm so dumb. I should have fetched it end of turn. Yikes. Mistakes were made, chat. Mistakes were... I wanted to fetch before I scryed to the bottom, potentially, but now I've made this huge mistake and I'm super resource inefficient. Realistically, buying a deck from scratch on Magic Arena tends to cost between $100 and $200, depending on how many wild cards the deck costs. So the more rare and mythic wild cards the deck has, the more it costs. I can't give you an exact price because it's variable. Maybe I should have scryed there to hit the land. Probably. It's funny you mentioned Mythgard. I actually just was emailing back and forth with their community manager, and they want me to do some sponsored segments for them again. So yeah, we're actually going to be dipping... I played a little bit of Mythgard off stream to see what their current format looks like, and it was a good time. A lot of good card games out there right now. We're probably going to sprinkle a little bit of that in starting next week. They have basic planes. I wonder if they're a Team or Ultimatum deck. Yeah, Mythgard's core gameplay is really good, and it's kind of, it sounds kind of funny to say it for a small indie project, but I think Mythgard actually has the most feature-complete game client of any card game on the market. Their community manager is messaging me, and apparently they have the ability to run cube drafts in the client. Like, you can put up your own cube draft with your own list of their cards and let people join it, like cube draft with your friends. Which is just like something people have wanted out of Magic software for decades. They have a full in-client tournament mode. Like, yeah, like feature their gameplay's good too, but like feature to feature, their client has just better features than any other client I've ever touched. Their Twitch integration for having a mouse overlay in their game on Twitch is built into their client directly. Like from a software feature complete Mythgard. It's an indie TCG on Steam. I played it a bit. Gosh, was it end of 2019, early 2020 at this point? We're gonna poke into it on stream again next week. They are a Genesis Ultimatum deck with basic planes. Wild. I think we have died, chat. I think we have died. There's a good chance this deck's super unplayable in this matchup without counterspells. So, which game I do first for the 3-hour segment splits, Hank Utah, will I plan to always do the same game first, and which of the two games I do first is going to be dictated by what's better for the viewer count. I would bet that doing Runeterra first will be better for my average viewer count, but I need to actually see how that works out in practice. I definitely want extra Heartless Acts. I definitely want discard spells. Eliminate's probably good because they're a Lotus Cobra deck. The rest of this seems fine. Maybe I want the Draugr just to, like, beat them down. Eat to Extinction to exile their Ugin seems pretty important, though, too. Maybe Blood in the Snow is slow. Let's try this. Yeah, I agree, Austin. I think there's a good chance the Gigan's not good. I'm gonna play some games with it first, but I wouldn't be surprised if we play like 2 matches and we never. If we don't cast this card in 2 matches, I'm gonna cut it. Even like regardless of if it's good or not, I think there's a good chance we just don't have time to use it in a lot of games, which means it's not worth giving up the couple of good odd-costed cards you could be playing. I don't think there's a ton of good odd-costed cards. There's definitely a few of them. Elspeth's Nightmare, Soul Shatter, a couple others. I think I take the Lotus Cobra and then we'll Valki the Vornclicks. Duress is okay. Poker face, poker face, ma. Man, could we combo them with their Vornclicks? Like, Valki could turn into Vornclicks here in 2 turns, and then, like, we can play Ugin and ult him right away? Did someone order win conditions? Don't kill my Valki. Don't do it. Have a heart. They have a white spell? Oh, they're splashing white for Scalds. That's kind of funny. Holy crap, it is basically Escape the Wilds, isn't it? Man, I forgot that card's banned, right? They banned that card? Ugin! Not really. This one can be blinked with Yorion. Oh god, that's so true. Why not attack there? Because I want to force them to trade so I can combo them next turn. Because if I attack and they trade, they have another Vornclicks in hand. Yeah, attacking is just wrong because they get this back from Valki. If you know, actually, do we put Dream Devourer in here? This lets us get to Ugin faster. It's like a ramp card of our own. All right, we figured out the Dream Devourer matchup, chat. We need a little extra ramp in your mono black deck. Iron Blood, thanks for the follow. Yeah, it's possible Dream Devourer should just be a 4 in the main deck. Yeah, if you haven't seen Vornclicks plus Ugin, there's a 3-hour video, I think, of us dorking around with that up on the YouTube channel. We put like 2 or 3 different iterations trying to find things that we liked. We've been playing Standard Constructed here for 3 to 8 hours every day for the last week, so there's a ton of great stuff up there. No, you're very wrong, Hyper. Magic's always been 4-ofs. Bigfoot, thanks for the follow too. Bigfoot exists. Yeah, Magic launched originally with no card limit because Richard Garfield didn't expect there to be a secondary market that people would trade and buy cards on to acquire them. He expected people to just play with the cards that they opened out of booster packs. Oh, my sweet summer child. Yes, and acquiring cards from Ante was another thing he wanted to happen. Shishisha! Nailed it. Hit him with the pocket sand. So I'm going to eat 2 Extinction on their turn in case they have a counterspell. This way, if they have the counterspell, they have to spend their mana on their upkeep. Or do they have a cycling card and they just didn't? Oh, they're doing this now. Alright, sure. And now we'll eat this so they don't have a chance to counterspell. What's your current spell? You can always type !rank in chat to find out my current rank. Corgi! It's been a while since I've been able to tune in. It's good to see you enjoying Magic again. Thank you for the 17 months and for the very generous tier 3. Hope you're doing all right out there. Thank you for initiating my love of Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm looking forward to playing the sequel to that later this year. perceiving this to draw cards with at this point. He's dead, Jim. You've murdered him. I think I want to just gain 4 with this. I don't want to die to getting burned up by mistake. Let's have a gain 4 here in this. Yeah, based on the feedback from the sub-survey so far, a majority of people that responded said they're pretty okay with 3 hours of magic and 3 hours of Rune Terror per day. And actually, funnily enough, there's more people that said they want more Rune Terror than that than people that said they want more magic than that to keep subbing, so it's kind of amusing. I guess that makes sense because I was most recently doing more Rune Terror. Let's see. I feel like I've convinced myself Gigan is bad. I feel like I want to play with not having an arm tied behind my back. Yeah, let's get the stupid 4/4s out of here and just play more good cards. Couple of Blood on the Snow seems fine. I definitely don't want all of them, though. Oh yeah, do I want to try the Dream Devourers? Is that worthwhile? That's probably bad, right? It is a ramp card, but like I just have Ugin, right? I think just Solemn's probably fine. Put the 3rd Soul Shatter in the board. Put a couple of Duress in the board. Skyclave seems great against rogues. I'm impressed at how well you are at reading these surveys and stuff. From my limited understanding, it's hard to know what data is actually true due to the number of different reasons, from low sample size to people wanting to pick an option that seems like the least resistant. Yeah, it's a lot of it. A lot of it's guesswork too, Supali. Another thing too is like, I have to make the estimation because like, on average, only like 50 to 60% of my survey respondents or of my subscribers will fill out the survey. So like there's also some guesswork that like the half of my subs that fill that out extrapolate to the other half, which probably isn't, which almost certainly isn't strictly true either. Honestly, I kind of want just all 4 Nightmares main deck. It's a more flexible card instead of having a ton of removal. Let's try this. Am I keeping track of who's done the survey each time? You know, I haven't been Tumos, but that would be interesting to see. I have all of that data and I could parse it out over a bunch of different spreadsheets. Yeah, I think it's safe to say, Supali, that the people that fill out the survey are more invested in my content. So like a good example of something that I think is a reasonable estimate, one of the questions I ask on the survey is, do you sub for the subscriber Discord server? And that percentage definitely doesn't extrapolate out to the other half of the people because people who are in the subs Discord server are way more likely to fill out one of my surveys than people who aren't. Is almost assuredly the case. For people that are new to the channel, like Hag Brigade there, welcome to the channel. Past playing Magic in a previous lifetime, I also have both a master's as well as an undergraduate degree in mathematics. I've spent time teaching statistics and other things like that at the college and university level. So past just gaming, I have a very analytical background. And to be a very data-driven, data-oriented person. The Savalian, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Perfect. Their mountain is very old. The Runeterra patch should be live in a little over an hour. Kill your creature, take your Embercleave. God, this card is good. I'm planning to switch over to Runeterra for the last few hours of my stream today once their patch goes live. So this cannot block here, cannot be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. That being said, getting this into play is great, because we're going to getting to Blood on the Snow, Solemn Simulacrum is kind of gross in, like, the best way possible. This is definitely, like, this could be a reason to play more Blood on the Snow for sure. Like, this is flipping hot. Now, I have no desire to play the Lee Sin deck. I don't find it very interesting. That's sweet. Draw a card, get it back, get another land. That's what I like to call concession Ugin. It's my favorite kind of Ugin.
Do not ignore my draconic talents.
Yeah, the solemn Blood on the Snow Ugin curve on 4, 5, 6 is kind of disgusting. What am I cutting? All of my cards look like they're good here. I need to cut 5 of them. I probably have too many cards for this matchup. You want to cut Valki? Valki seems great here. Taking their creatures and giving us info sounds good. I guess I just want Doomblades. Yeah, you're right. I'd rather just have more Doomblades. I'm going to cut an Extinction Event. I think I'd rather 1-for-1 them a bunch for the most part. Is eliminate too narrow? No, killing Lovestruck Beast is pretty important. I think I'm into this. I'm into it. Tome's really important for fixing. Tome helps smooth out your draws early, and it buffers our life total elegantly. Love it. You get a Doomblade, and you get a Doomblade. Everybody gets a Doomblade. Double Nightmare might be bad. There's a chance they don't have 2 things that these kill. One little, 2 little, 3 little Doomblades, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Doomblades. So we do this, and then we Bloodchief this Storko They'll play Lovestruck Beast. Will Elspeth's Nightmare this? They can no longer attack with Lovestruck Beast because it's a sad beast. Not completely random, but kind of random. I watched the is it considered live action for Fairy Tales version of Beauty and the Beast with the boys the other day, and it's actually really good. Very cute movie. Read. Yes, the Emma Watson one. Oh no! Oh no! Hoisted by our own petard, chat. I messed that up royally. Okay, I deserve to lose this. That's exactly how that works, and I'm bad at magic. It's been a hot second. I am not doing magic deck submissions for tier 3 subs anymore, Wargy. I'm still doing Runeterra decks for tier 3 subs, but not for the Magic the Gatherings. All right, we lost that. I deserve to lose that. Let's win game 3 on the play. All right, this is probably not good enough to be worth playing 4 of them in this matchup. Put the 4th Extinction Event back in. No, I'm only taking it for specifically $50 donations. No mix and matching stuff is just hard to keep track of. So for $50 donations, I would love to play one of your decks on stream. I'm also just entertaining the idea of playing decks that look sweet. Like this deck list, someone said, hey Jeff, you love creature lands. Here's an 8 creature land deck, and we played it today. So I don't intend to become a, you know, all Naya Adventures, all just like good stuff deck stream. I still intend to play lots of different things. I just intend to pick most of them. All sub tiers are 70% split silence. So I get like $18.50 for a $25 sub. Fun. That's illegal. Do I want to get the second Mazemind Tome going here? I don't think so. I think I'd rather just draw and accrue some actual card advantage. Was it Calyx? We actually played Bant Enchantments yesterday, Scottish, and Calyx was very bad in it, but the deck as a whole was very good. So if we miss the land drop with this draw, we'll scry on our upkeep to try and hit it. Nailed it. I think we just Extinction Event name evens here. I guess I could eliminate plus Mazemind Tome. I think that's bad because they're gonna play a land that hit us for 4 again. We just get rid of their 1/1s here. No, I drew at end of turn, didn't I? Hey, Juggernaut, thank you for the Court of View. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, it gets a counter regardless of if you scry or if you draw. So it gets a counter regardless. All right, so definitely need to eliminate this before they can henge next turn. And I think I'm just passing. I think I just want to draw a card with this. Pylon, thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Good afternoon. Yeah, this card's super sweet. We've been playing this in a bunch of different decks. Definitely big, big treasure map vibes in a good way. So we're going to 11, but then this Mazemind's taking us back up to 15 here. About an hour, Coach Berg. It has big jank glue energy for sure. I think I'm gonna murder this Brushfire Elemental proactively again next turn to keep them off of playing a Henge out of hand, especially with that draw. That's perfect. Then we'll play this other Mazemind out and get some more card advantage going. This deck, Wergy. We have four Crawling Barrens and 4 Faceless Haven in here. Is murder legal in standard? Maybe? Actual factual murder is legal, only if you're rich and white. Oh, only if you're a cop would have been so much better. Not really. We shouldn't make light of things like that. That's really in poor taste. I apologize. That was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. It's a shitty thing to make a joke about. Somebody timed Jeff out. That's a good point.
Perfection is a journey, not a destination. Return to the essence of the multiverse.
You know, I did have someone complain on, I did have someone complain on YouTube that there were too many things on my stream overlay and it made my content unwatchable. So maybe removing my face is a good idea. It would definitely improve the content for that person. It's wild how much more focused on your cursor I become when your face isn't on the screen. It's a neat psychology thought. Ain't garbage time yet? Maybe? I guess we don't have a big over-the-top card advantage. Will face on stream be a tier 3 OnlyFans perk? I just think I'm a VTuber, chat. An animated version of me would be way cuter. Real me barely has hair.
Diversity is our greatest strength.
How is the mono black creature land? It gets everything I want in Magic and so much more. They have hair like my son's when I was a kid. I did not. He did not, was not a curly haired child. This is Jeff with hair. Not quite small child Jeff, but it's beardless Jeff, so like beardless Jeff gives you context to how close to child Jeff it is. I didn't always wear it in pigtails. I think that, if I recall, that picture was taken when we were heading to Rocky Horror Picture Show Live. If you've never been to Rocky Horror Picture Show Live, you won't understand, but if you have, you'll get it. My hair's not thick enough to grow out that anymore. Past teenage Jeff donated 10 plus inches of hair to Locks of Love twice. Present Jeff is incapable of doing that. God, how do we beat this card? Do I have to like get an Ugin and get it to 6, right? Like this deck just can't take this card off the table, right? We deck them. I guess decking them could be a real answer. Sure, I'll buy that for $1. We could deck them. Oh, Tybalt exiles it. He totally does. That's hot. I forgot that Tybalt does that. That's sick. Oh, I cut the Valkies. Okay, so I have to leave. You're right. I think I did cut the Valki. So I need to leave Valki in for his backside to kill Henge. Currently 26 cards into our deck without an Ugin, chat. Never lucky. Did we cast an Ugin? Oh, we totally did cast an Ugin. Without second Ugin. Come on now. I'm through half my deck almost. I deserve a second Ugin. Come on, chat. It's 2021. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good, bad beat story. You let pesky things like facts and reality detract from my story? Way to be a downer. Yikes. I think we're dead. Guess I could chump block for a little bit.
Then this is my fate.
Some math on hitting a second Ugin. I mean, now every turn we're like 1 in 10. I guess we were drawing 2 cards a turn, so a little bit better than 1 in 10. Alright, one or both of these Faceless Havens are going to be going under a bus here in a minute. Very scavenging ooze-shaped bus. And they exile a cleave? Yeah, they totally exiled a cleave off of Scalds earlier. So I need to Soul Shatter in response. So that way Bone Crusher Giant dies. You know, I know we don't have that many red sources, but I think I should probably put some shredded sails into our sideboard too. We can cycle it when we can't draw it. Or when we can't cast it. This is really not a sweeper. I think I'm gonna flip the sweeper mix too. I think I want 4 Blood on the Snow and only 2 Extinction Event. Very good sweeper. I think very good is a stretch. I think the best we have is an accurate descriptor. No, they had a landfall, the landfall idiot in play too. Probably don't need Eliminate on top of all the Heartless Acts. The Jaeger Monster and Andy Rules. Thanks for the follows, folks. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. You're new. We play a ton of Standard Constructed here. Been playing 3 to 8 hours of Standard every single day since the set drop. Got a ton of sweet decks like this one up on my YouTube channel that we played previously. Is this hand good enough against rogues? I think so. We can just like start attacking with Faceless Haven on turn 4. Just beat them down, give them the business. This is the matchup. This and the control matchups are the ones where Stalking Shades in our sideboard for. Rune Crab makes me sad that I spent my, my Bloodchief's Thirst. Yeah, the competitiveness of the opponent's archetype when they have Crab versus not is pretty night and day different. It's been my experience playing with and playing against it. It's just kind of this really mopey aggro deck when it doesn't have this. There's a lot of cards that there's a hard time enabling without Crab sticking around. Hey, Blood on the Snow is gonna have things to bring back here at least. Blood on the snow now. Valki lies, maybe he's Tybalt. Do do do, boo 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 doo. Come on, dip out for me again. Do it. I believe in you. Can we bring it back as Tybalt? No, I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure you only get the front side. Alright, 32 cards in deck, chat. 28. And then this gets us Solemn, which means we can play Ugin next turn. We're playing 8 creature lands, Hamblin. We've got 4 of each. That's why this deck piqued my interest. Why play just the 4 best creature lands? You could play the 4 best and the 4 second best. J Ray, thank you for the 2.5 years. Welcome back. Creature lands, Safari Hat. Man, stupid Fabled Passage.
Always consider the consequences.
Hey, get out of here. Our 2 chip shots earlier with the Faceless Haven might win us this game. Yeah, calling them man lands implies that they're men. Which, like, come on now. Whatever the frick these things are, like, they're probably not gendered at all. Would be the most realistic take. I don't know what they are, but assuming they're men seems very silly. So I think we Crawling Barrens here rather than Faceless Haven, because I expect them to have Heartless Act. I guess they could have what's it called? Drown in the Lock? I'm surprised they didn't kill Solemn, because them making me draw a card seems like it would be good for them. Oh, it is a May ability, you're right. Oh, that's true. Heartless Act can still kill this when it's at 2. Good call. Close-ish. We're at 18 cards. This, Sultai Control, or Blue-Red Flash. I'm leaning towards Sultai. Sweet, getting game 1 here seems huge. Bring in some Skyclave Shades and some Heartless Acts. Elspeth Sniper actually seems really good. So Blood on the Snow was fine there, but it's probably bad in general, right? I guess they tend to go wide, and I'm always going to have something to bring back with it. What if we do 2? What if we do this? I have a bunch of removal on the bottom end. Mazemind Tome's actually probably dog poop, right? What if we get rid of that? Mazemind actually seems real bad. I don't want to draw, and they could screw with their scries. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring the 3rd blood in, and we'll bring in the 3 Agonizing Remorse. I don't think I want Duress. I think I want the flexibility to take creatures with the discard spell. Nice, this hand's sick. 1, 2, 3. It's just Curvamentary. What could it be? And I think we do kill this because I have this rolled up to deal with the crab if they play crabby. You going to pinch? Are you going to pinch? Pinch, pinch. No pinchers. GG. Negate me, daddy. Oh, yeah, you know just what I like. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Okey-doke. We got Heartless Act to kill the crab still. Nice. And we hit some Skyclaves there. All right, so I think with the double Skyclave Shade hit, I'd rather actually just deploy 6 power this turn and give them another turn with this. Wizard, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the chat this afternoon. Alright, so you just want to draw lands for the next 4 turns now? I think there's a good chance that the new champion is good with Lee Sin. one of the weapons on it gives overwhelm. And one of the other weapons finds both Sparklefly and the dragon thing, the thing that makes dragonlings, so yeah. Yeah, Leophelios could potentially be better than Lizar. There's a chance it's not, but it's probably worth trying. Pinogram, thanks for the 20 months. Welcome back. Nice, nice. Like to murder this creature. You attacking me, or do you plan to block? You plan to block? Oh, did they forget about the Elspeth's Nightmare? They assumed they were going to be able to Igdums there. Putting triple vengeance in my deep deck. Yeah, have fun getting denied. In a way, I was trying to think why the Lee Sin combo deck seems so good, or seems so frustrating. Because Lee Sin is in Ionia, it's kind of like if Wizards would have printed Embercleave as a blue card. Because the fact that, like, that combo exists inside of the color that gets counterspells in Runeterra makes it extra offensive. Yeah, that's the best comparison. If you've heard me talking about the Lee Sin deck for Runeterra, that's the best comparison. It's able to one turn kill you from a full life total, and it gets to play counterspells because it's in the counterspell region. It's not a great design. That's true. We did put Embercleave in our blue-red flash deck. And it's great. Speaking of blue-red flash, wait, is that Teamer? It's Teamer, never mind. I think we're just scrying aggressively here, and the Teamer land means they're a ramp deck. So that means I'm gonna play this Nightmare out proactively here, because the discard mode will be useful. There's a good chance they don't have a lot of it. Yeah, completely agree, Carafe. Okay, Ugin's a little something for later. I think it's just Gen Ultimatum. All the options kind of suck for us, if we're being honest. This is why we have this, the matchup exactly like this is why we have 3 Duress, 3 Agonizing Remorse in the sideboard. I would bet that this matchup is bad, and that would probably what puts me off of playing this weekend in favor of the Sultai deck. The fact that the Sultai deck gets to play Disdainful Stroke and Negate goes a long way towards making a matchup like this much better compared to this deck where, like, you play your discard spells and they just peel it off the top. Counter spells really tempoing these ramp decks is a huge deal. No, we played that before this one. I've also played the Sultai deck off stream a bunch. A bunch means 2 or 3 matches because the matches are long, but it's really good. I like it a lot. So I'm 2 turns off of my Ugin here still. Am I adding decks on my website for Magic? Not in the short term. It takes me both time and money to put decks on my website. So I'm not doing that until I'm convinced that this format's gonna be good long term. Graphics designers gotta eat too. Okay. I intend to play Historic again when they inevitably ban Uro. But until then, no. Nah, I think I'd play if Muxus is still legal. Uro is just like the objectively best fair thing to be doing, and brewing random fair decks is my favorite thing. Yeah, Uro is legal in every format other than standard, chat. For people that haven't touched Magic a little bit, Uro is still legal everywhere other than standard. Is it Planeswalkers? It does not. Sick.
Can be undone.
You could play Paupers, stop it, get some help. Yeah, I like Soul Shatter a lot. Just like super flexible. The fact that it's highest converted mana cost and not highest power means it almost always hits what you want, even on boards that have a lot going on, which is nice. Picnicker, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Proceed in my stead, Planeswalker.
Okay. Look at that cheeky mountain, chat.
I am Valki, god of... Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I should have waited because I could have drawn land. Oh, we got their Ugin. That's nice. Okay. And this costs 7, so I'm gonna get Ugin and exile this,
Yes.
and not
Oh, that's mine.
not lose Tybalt, which is great. And we have an emblem here for casting his spells, so even if they deal with Tybalt here, I still get to Ugin and stuff. What an ugly Ugin indeed.
Always consider the
Should tick up the Planeswalker first. No, if they counterspell the Ugin, I want to exile the Goldspan Dragon with Valki's down tick.
silence.
Glimpse of Freedom, the anti-rogue tech, chat.
Handle a little pain.
Am I saving this as a second Valki, or do I drop him to hip check a Goldspan Dragon here? I feel like I'm supposed to hold him for a second Valki. I mean, they almost assuredly just drew another ultimatum there, but we'll take it. We take those, you know? One of your finest do-overs, please. Dee doo 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 doo. Dee doo 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 doo. Dee doo 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 doo. Dee doo 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 doo.
Consider this a warning.
Oh, I need to keep remembering to use his first. All right. I mean, I'm just attacking them, right? Take me home, Crawling Barrens that I just played out. It has summoning sickness. Do do do, do do do. Joke's on you, I didn't want to attack this turn anyways.
I no longer wish to stay.
It's fine. We're probably gonna do this at their end of turn anyways. Like, realistically, what happened there is fine. The music that you're currently listening to is the game board. Are they dead? Yeah, they're dead, right? I exile this. I activate Barrens twice. No, that's not quite dead. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is only 11. They're not quite dead. Rats, I miscounted by 1. That's sad, because now I should have Valkied up. I can activate the Haven too. Is that lethal? I forgot I had the Faceless Haven.
Do not ignore my draconic talents.
Oh yeah, that's totes lethal. Exactsies. Creature lands! Take me home, Crawling Barrens. Oh, that's true. I could have played a land, and then I could have tapped Faceless Haven after I declared it as an attacker to give Barrens 2 more. So we were actually 2 over there. Sick. Nothing but net, chat. All right, so all the discard spells come in. Soul Shatters and Bloodchief Thirst deal with their Ugin, so that seems good. Blood on the Snow, yeah, getting game 1 is huge here. Blood on the Snow seems not great. Do we just bring in Skyclave Shades as just like a 3-1 that attacks? I think that's the play, right? I'm pretty sure it's like attacking you with my 3-1 is good. Elspeth's Nightmare, the first chapter's not good, but I think we leave most of them in as just like crappy discard spell. I think is the case. Trim a couple of these because they're a little slow and mopey. I like it. I'm into it. Any commentary from you all on this board plan? Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of complaining from people about standard so far, but it seems like there's a good range of things that you could do in this format. We're still finding sweet stuff here. I like it. Not everything's a winner, but you know, gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. You gotta seek out that competitive chat advantage. Come on now. It's fine. Not amazing, but fine. Definitely keepable. Yes, the aggro decks aren't very plentiful. There's a white splash red aggro deck for Scalds that exists, but it's definitely not the norm. Definitely want that red for Valki down the line. Yeah, there aren't really a lot of good one drops in the format, is accurate. Alright, so I don't think I want to be remorsing cultivates anyways, so I think I wait a turn on this. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Skyclave Shade so we can start attacking. If they want to step on this, it's not a big deal. Dap, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. In general, in matchups like this, you want your discard spells to take their payoffs, not their mana. Their decks just have so much mana in them on average.
My research has concluded.
This is a good one to know about. Crunch. Gian Luca, thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. Thanks to everybody that subscribes, that has taken a second to fill out the sub survey today, by the way. I've had over 100 responses, extra responses since I went live this morning. If you're someone that subscribes for the first time today too, by the way, and you'd like to fill out my survey, you can join the Discord server there. If you sub today, you won't have a link emailed to you, but it's linked in the announcements channel there. You have Into the Roiled my Skyclave Shade. Got me. I saw you in Day 9's chat, said you were playing Magic and got the bug, and it took me a long time to realize you didn't mean a glitch. So, actually, something that was extra reinforced that going back to doing some Magic content was a good decision for me personally is that despite the fact that it's been, you know, 4 months since I played Magic, so far on the survey respondents, I can look at it, so far 77% of people that have filled out my sub survey said they're subbing for Magic content. So like, while a number of people followed me to Runeterra when I started making content in that game, they're definitely still kept playing Magic too. And that's great, right? Like I intend to do both. You can play more than one good, sweet game at a time. Runeterra and Magic do different things better or worse than each other for sure. Man, can we pour one out for Faceless Haven, by the way? Well, shoot.
And you will grow lost to history.
Well, shoot. That's their third Ugin, too. They just had 3 Ugins in 24 cards.
Reality is unwritten.
And of course they drew negate with the other cards that they didn't hit as permanents, I assume.
Death has never stopped me.
I can afford to play Runeterra forever, but I can't afford to stream it. Yeah, that's definitely accurate at its current point in time. Correct. The Havens might still drag us across the finish line here. My opponent just agonizing remorse me while they had 1 life. Yikes. I did not have enough mana last turn to kill this and attack with Haven. Someone was asking that. That would require 8 mana, and I only have 7. Omega Pulsar, thanks for the follow. Alright, do you have another dispute? You do? Okay. I like this from the opponent too. Like, I think boarding in disputes very smart on their part. Just like 3 mana cancel is probably better than a lot of their cards in this matchup. I think double attacking in is a little ambitious. They showed us Fire Prophecy game 1. So I think I just want to develop here. And actually, let's draw a card so I can hit a discard spell, right? This stream was pre-recorded in front of a live Twitch audience. Playing into Disruption might have been wrong there. Might have been correct to just make sure that that card's not live.
I have greater matters to attend to.
I'm just drawing for a removal spell here. Eight mana lightning bolt.
And fleeting. Cherish what little you find.
Do 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 do. Nice, nice. This actually worked better than I was expecting it to. I definitely think the Gyruda that we started with was not fantastic. The giving up your Bloodchief Thirst and Elspeth Nightmare and Soul Shatter, like both of these cards are really good in this format. And then you also get things like Duress out of the sideboard when you get rid of the Gyruda, and the upside of like having a random 9 mana 6/6 is like pretty minimal. So If you're looking for something sweet and you like the idea of playing 8 creature lands, this one seems reasonable. I know we beat the ramp deck there in that last one, but I feel like as far as deck selection for Saturday goes, I'm leaning more towards the Sultai deck that we played before this one as opposed to this. This felt good and definitely had some parallels to that, but I think the value of having access to Disdainful Stroke and Negate is going to give me a little bit more play in some spots that this deck's just not going to have on average. Having something like Binding of the Old Gods as a flexible answer to kill things is important too. But if you're looking for something competitive, this definitely felt much better than we played mono red control that had a similar like go big plan, and having access to these black pieces of removal and interaction felt a lot better than having access to red cards did. Blood on the Snow was super cute in a number of spots too. I don't know if this card's amazing in general, but we definitely had one game where we played Solemn on 4. We Blood on the Snowed, killed Solemn, and brought it back on 5, and then cast Ugin on 6 because we had ramped with Solemn twice. Yeah, it's so yeah, that was great. Yeah, I blocked a number of Runeterra people over their takes on my most recent patch notes review. Just like having none of it. It applies to all games. I just don't got time for people to be silly. All right, speaking of Runeterra,